Have you ever questioned your reality? What if the dreams you experience were more real than waking life? And could an idea planted deep within your subconscious truly change your destiny? Get ready, because today we're diving headfirst into the mind-bending labyrinth of Inception. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into cinematic genius. All right, let's talk about Inception, a film that doesn't just tell a story, it throws you into one, leaving you questioning everything you thought you knew about dreams, reality, and the very nature of our minds. Christopher Nolan, you magnificent architect of cinematic puzzles, gifted us with this masterpiece in 2010, and it remains to this day one of the most intellectually stimulating and viscerally thrilling experiences a movie can offer. At its core, Inception introduces us to Dom Cobb, played with a haunted intensity by Leonardo DiCaprio, and his partner Arthur, brought to life with sharp precision by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. These aren't your typical spies, oh no. They're extractors, skilled operatives who possess the extraordinary ability to enter people's dreams and steal their most valuable secrets. Think of it as corporate espionage, but instead of hacking into a server, they're hacking into a mind, navigating the subconscious landscape to pull out information others would kill to protect. Their latest target is Saito, a powerful Japanese businessman portrayed by the always enigmatic Ken Watanabe. But this extraction goes spectacularly wrong, thanks to the persistent spectral presence of Cobb's deceased wife Mal, hauntingly embodied by Marion Cotillard. Mal's interference isn't just a minor hiccup, it derails the entire operation, and, in a twist that sets the entire film in motion, reveals that Saito wasn't just looking for extracted information, he was auditioning Cobb and his team for something far more audacious, far more dangerous: Inception. Inception, you see, isn't about stealing an idea, it's about planting one, subtly weaving it into the fabric of someone's subconscious so they believe it's their own original thought. Saito's target, Maurice Fisher, an ailing competitor whose empire is on the brink of collapse, and Saito wants Cobb to plant the idea of dissolving that empire into the mind of Fisher's heir, Robert Fisher, played by the always compelling Cillian Murphy. Now, why would Cobb, a man seemingly adrift and burdened by a dark past, take on such a perilous mission? Because Saito holds the key to his freedom. Saito promises to use his immense influence to clear Cobb of a murder charge, a charge that has kept him exiled from his home, separated from his children. For Cobb, the chance to see his kids again, to be a father, is a motivation more powerful than any corporate secret. He accepts, and thus the intricate machinery of Inception begins to whir. Cobb, a master strategist, knows he can't do this alone. He assembles a team of specialists, each a crucial cog in this ambitious plan. There's Arthur, of course, his ever-reliable partner, the strategist and planner of the operation. Then we have Eames, a chameleon of a man, a con artist and identity forger, portrayed with roguish charm by Tom Hardy. Eames's ability to mimic others within the dream world is invaluable, allowing them to manipulate their target from within. Enter Yusuf, a chemist with a very unique concoction, brought to life by Dileep Rao. His job is to create the powerful sedative that allows for stable, shared dreaming, the very foundation of their dream-within-a-dream strategy. And then there's Ariadne, an architecture student, a prodigy in design, played with intelligent curiosity by Elliot Page. Her role is to design the dreamscapes, the labyrinthian environments that will house their operation, creating the physical space for the mental manipulation. Saito, insistent on verifying their success, also joins the mission, a silent, watchful presence. The stage is set. Robert Fisher is accompanying his deceased father's body on a flight back to Los Angeles. This confined space, this controlled environment, is the perfect opportunity for Cobb's team to isolate Fisher and initiate their plan. Yusuf administers the potent sedative, and as the world around them fades, they descend into a shared dream. This is where Inception truly begins to unfold its complex layers. The dream-within-a-dream strategy is key. At each level of dreaming, one member of the team must remain behind to orchestrate a kick, a jolt of reality, to awaken the others who have ventured deeper into the subconscious. But this isn't just a simple descent. The heavy sedation and the multi-layered dreaming create a dangerous consequence. Death within the dream doesn't lead to waking up. Instead, it plunges you into limbo, an unbounded, infinite expanse of raw subconscious, a shared mental space where minds can warp and alter reality at will. Our first dive takes us into Yusuf's dream, a rain-soaked urban landscape. The team successfully abducts Fisher, but his subconscious, a fiercely trained projection, lashes out, severely wounding Saito. Eames, in a stroke of genius, assumes the identity of Fisher's godfather, Peter Browning, attempting to subtly influence Fisher's decision regarding his father's will. As Yusuf drives the van, the team initiates the sedative for the second level of the dream, a luxurious hotel, Arthur's domain. Here, their objective is to recruit Fisher, to make him believe that his kidnapping was orchestrated by Browning and that these extractors are his own subconscious dependencies, guiding him. The third level plunges them into a snowy mountain fortress dreamed by Eames. Now here's where the deception deepens. Fisher is led to believe they are inside Browning's subconscious, but in reality, they are delving even further into Fisher's own mind. But the mission is already fraught with peril. Yusuf, under attack in the first dream level, initiates his kick prematurely, driving the van off a bridge. This destabilizes Arthur's dream, removing its gravity, and triggers an avalanche in Eames' snowy fortress, a kick that the team in the deeper dream completely misses. Arthur, ever the improviser, devises a new kick, synchronizing an elevator's ascent with the van hitting the water, a complex maneuver that gives them a shot at waking up. Meanwhile, the team in Eames' dream races against time, trying to complete their objective before this new wave of kicks jolts them awake. Tragedy strikes again. Saito succumbs to his wounds, and in a heart-wrenching turn, Cobb's projection of Mal, his deceased wife, sabotages everything by killing Fisher, sending both of them spiraling into the abyss of limbo. This is a critical moment, a devastating setback. Cobb and Ariadne descend into limbo, their mission now to retrieve both Fisher and Saito from this terrifying, unformed mental space. Eames, however, remains in his dream level, rigging the mountain fortress with explosives, preparing for a final desperate kick. It's in limbo that Cobb finally confronts his deepest demons. He reveals to Ariadne the agonizing truth. He spent what felt like 50 years with Mal in limbo, constructing a world from their shared memories, growing old together, lost in a shared delusion. When they finally returned to the waking world, astonishingly less than 3 hours had passed. Convinced she was still trapped in a dream, Mal, in a tragic act of desperation, committed suicide, attempting to coerce Cobb into joining her by killing him for her death.
This act, this profound guilt, is what forced Cobb to flee the U.S., leaving his children behind, ostensibly in the care of his father-in-law, Professor Stephen Miles, played by the legendary Michael Caine. Through this agonizing confession, Cobb finds a measure of catharsis, a release from his guilt. He chooses to remain in limbo, to search for Saito, to fulfill their pact. Meanwhile, Ariadne, understanding the urgency, pushes Fisher off a balcony within limbo, a brutal but necessary act to bring him back to the mountain fortress dream. There, within the safe room, Fisher finally confronts his father's legacy and, crucially, accepts the planted idea that his father wanted him to be his own man, and that dissolving the conglomerate isn't a radical notion, but a path to personal liberation. All team members, except for Cobb and Saito, successfully ride the synchronized kicks back to reality. Ariadne jumps from the balcony in limbo. Eames detonates the explosives in the fortress. Arthur blasts the elevator containing their sleeping bodies up an elevator shaft, and the van in Yusuf's dream plunges into the water. The synchronized chaos of the kicks brings them back to the waking world. Cobb, after what feels like an eternity, finds an aged Saito in limbo. They remember their pact, and presumably through a final shared act of their will, they awaken. Back on the airplane, the entire team, including Robert Fisher, has awakened. Upon arriving in Los Angeles, Cobb, with a palpable sense of relief and trepidation, passes through U.S. Customs. He's met by his father-in-law, Professor Miles, who tearfully reunites him with his children. The tension, however, is far from over. Cobb, still haunted by the possibility of being trapped in a dream, spins his trusty top, the totem that distinguishes his reality from the dream world. But as the top spins, teetering on the edge of falling, Cobb makes a choice. He doesn't wait to see if it falls. He doesn't need to. His focus shifts, his eyes drawn to the joyous reunion with his children. He chooses happiness, chooses family, over the agonizing uncertainty. And that, my friends, is the brilliance of Inception. It's a film that challenges our perception of reality, explores the profound impact of ideas, and delves into the complexities of grief, guilt, and redemption. The performances are outstanding across the board, the visual effects are breathtaking, and Christopher Nolan's direction is, as always, masterful. The ambiguous ending, that iconic spinning top, has sparked countless debates and theories, and that's precisely its power.
It leaves you thinking, questioning, and wanting more. Inception isn't just a movie, it's an experience, a journey into the depths of the human psyche, a reminder that sometimes the most powerful forces are not those we can see, but those we believe. What do you think of the ending? Is Cobb truly awake, or is he still dreaming? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your theories, your interpretations, and your thoughts on this incredible film. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next cinematic deep dive.